The blistering heat waves currently sweeping through large parts of the world, especially Europe and the United States, are not only breaking heat records, but also come as a terrifying reminder of how climate change is wreaking havoc across our planet. Now, the first week of July was the hottest week ever on record. High temperatures hit 52.2 degrees Celsius on Sunday in northwest China. While in the US, California's Death Valley reached nearly 52 degrees Celsius on Sunday. In the United States, millions of people in the southwest and south face dangerously high temperatures. Some places like Texas and Arizona have endured a week-long heat streak. The heat has primed the land for fires in places like Spain and Greece. In Greece, where temperatures have risen above 40 degrees Celsius, authorities were forced to close the Acropolis in Athens from noon to 5 p.m. local time. More than 500 firefighters are trying to control 4 major wildfires in Greece. Smoke from wildfires in Canada is triggering unhealthy air warnings across the northern tier of the US. Iran's Persian Gulf International Airport experienced record-breaking heat on Sunday due to a rare combination of extremely high temperature and abundant atmospheric moisture that created a heat index. The Iran airport reported a heat index of 152 degrees Fahrenheit or 66.7 degrees Celsius. Conditions considered to be intolerable for human as well as animal life. Heat index combines air temperature and humidity. And this shocking temperature was seen in Iran after searing inland heat clashed with humid air flowing off the very warm waters of the Persian Gulf. Meanwhile, torrential rains have inundated parts of Japan, China, South Korea and India, upending the lives of millions and causing flash floods, landslides and power cuts. Scorching and record-breaking heat is expected to continue across large parts of southern Europe as the continent braces for its second extreme heat wave, putting people's health at risk, setting the stage for wildfires. Last week's Cerberus heat wave is making way for another, which Italian weather forecasters have named Charon, the ferryman in Greek mythology who carries souls to the underworld. Italy, Spain and Greece have already faced unrelenting heat for days, but the European Space Agency has warned that the heat wave is only just beginning. In Italy, which has been hit particularly hard, temperatures in many cities are expected to soar well above 40 degrees Celsius. Heat waves are suffocating the US, much of Europe, parts of Asia, while El Nino intensifies in the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic waters of Florida hit an unprecedented 32.3 degrees Celsius. China has already recorded its highest ever temperature of 52.2 degrees Celsius in Sanbo Township. Dr. Akshay Deoras from the University of Reading's Meteorology Department has warned of more frequent and intense extreme weather events if global temperatures continue to rise at their current rate. He says Earth will become an inferno if the heat waves do not spur governments on to tackle global warming. The Earth's climate is undergoing unprecedented shifts, primarily caused by human activities, particularly the release of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. The burning of fossil fuels, deforestation, industrial processes and agricultural practices have all contributed to the accumulation of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and methane, creating a greenhouse effect that traps heat within the Earth's atmosphere. As a result, the planet's average temperature has been steadily climbing over the past century. Extreme heat is among the deadliest weather phenomena in the world. It can have devastating impact on humans. It leads to dehydration, and if a person doesn't drink enough water to replace the water lost through sweating and urination, the blood starts to thicken, making it more prone to clotting, which increases the risk of heart attack and stroke. Exposure to high temperature can also amplify existing health problems, making older people and those with chronic conditions particularly vulnerable. As the human-caused climate crisis accelerates, scientists are clear that extreme weather events such as heat waves will only become more frequent and more intense. Global temperatures have already risen 1.2 degrees Celsius from pre-industrial levels due to human burning planet heating fossil fuels.
I feel like every time we're visiting somewhere and there seems to be like a heat wave or like a rare weather disaster, it's kind of becoming the new like normal, and I'm very concerned about that. And I think it's a big shame because this is a really beautiful city. We want to be out as much as possible, but with it being as hot as it is, I feel like we have to be really mindful of that and staying inside as much as we can. But definitely climate change is a big concern.
Yeah, just walking around is exhausting because we're sweating without doing anything. And I feel like people here tolerate the heat way better than we as Europeans do, because we're used to maybe lower temperatures in summer.
I'm new to Texas, so this is super new to me. I'm from Michigan, so it is not this hot ever. Never sure if I'm sweating or if I'm just hot.
With Houston weather, especially the summertime, it's highly unpredictable, especially with the global warming and all that stuff. It's hotter and hotter every summertime.
It is oppressive. It's been very hot this week. We were not prepared. Happy that our Airbnb has a pool,